Peace, 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 power, prosperity to everyone on the planet. Let me see who's in the building. All right, I got 5 people in the building. What's going on? 7 people. Okay, come on in, come on in, come on in. Gonna get it in today. Okay, full moon Aries. Peace to lawless light. Peace to Ichigo. Okay. As you come in the building, tell me where you coming in from, all right? Let me know where you coming in from, what state, what state. Also, shit, how you feeling, you know? Let me know what's going on. Let me know what's going on. Hope everybody's doing okay on this day. Beautiful full moon. I'm with y'all. I know sometimes oh, New York, okay. Arizona, all right, by the Bay. Yo, I got enough love with the Bay Area. Enough love for the Bay Area. Sweet Tea, hit me up. We still got to finish our classes, so hit me up. And we'll come up with something. Probably this weekend, but we'll finish up our class. Cassandra, peace, Cassandra. Peace to VA. Okay, my sister's out in Virginia, so shout out to Virginia. Sacktown, shout out to Sacktown. Okay. Feeling blessed, attitude of gratitude. Excellent, 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 excellent. All right. Nick Yoda, peace to Nick Yoda. Petite Princess, peace to Petite Princess. Okay. We're gonna get it in. We're gonna get it in today. Um, Talk about some things with this full moon. What's going on? Um, Shit, this always happens with Astro Matrix. Ooh, Star Moon, peace. Ichigo, peace. Okay. Um, let's set this up. I want to show y'all a video though before I start. Kind of set the tone of what we get into today. So bear with me while I set this video up for y'all. Make sure I don't show y'all the wrong video. Wait, what is this? Is this what I want to show y'all? Hold on. Nah. No. Good song though to have. But I ain't trying to get my live destroyed. Okay, this one I want to show y'all. It's just to set the tone, and we're gonna go into the new moon on Aries. But I want y'all to watch this video first because the title of this is becoming presidential, and you guys know that we had the presidential debates. Oh, first and foremost, Ashe to all the ancestors. May they guide me as I speak, and as I attempt to teach. I say to the ancestor Reginald L. Lewis, who I am working with, though currently. Okay, now. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Dame. This is Dame. Peace to Alicia, who just came in the building. Okay, if you come in the building, please wipe your feet, hit that like button. All right, that like button, and if you decide anytime in this that you want to donate, peace, Birdman. Okay, you in the building. That is Dame. And while I set this up, I'll be in the chat with y'all too today. And okay. Alistair Crowley, Philip Randolph, okay, PB Randolph, and Harry Houdini. Yeah, you on point, okay? You on point. You on point. All right. Um, so wait, what's going on? Oh,
All our stories have to be told by them. So what happens is the television network goes to a production company, buys the rights, and then gives them the money and the budget to go make it, but they own it. We come with the stories. They say, yo, the only way you can tell the story is if you go through E1, a white company, Tara Reid. Oh, sorry, Tara Long. You know, and you notice I like to call white people out by name. Nobody does that. I do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to be fighting each other like they want us to. Like the television networks, when they portray us, they try to get us drunk, have us fight each other, and make our legends look like we dysfunctional. Have us looking desperate and corny. But if we got a story to tell, we can't tell it our way. Well, we can now. So my thing is, you don't tell me what to do. I definitely don't give you my culture to give it back to me. That don't make no sense. Plus, you soft. You understand what I'm saying? So why would I listen to you? So it made no sense for me to be working for a television network or having a TV show. I got to have a network and have TV shows and movies and make Disney. I could do it on my own. And when I do make content, it ain't gonna be the content that distracts you. It's gonna focus you. It's gonna evolve you. It's gonna show you the things that we need to do to self-sustain. Like they give us entertainment that makes us live vicariously through people that don't even fucking exist. It's all a scam for us to fucking fight each other, pay attention to the bullshit, distract us from our oppressor, and really understand how to help ourselves. So the patterns that I'm gonna put out there are gonna be the helpful ones. The ones that tell you what real wealth is, like eating healthy, you know, and taking care of your girl. And if we're gonna tell some stories about gangster shit, we're gonna show the recourse of it and how you learn from it. And it ain't gonna be for nobody that glorifies. It's gonna be some niggas that really did it and did the time for it. Period. Right. You know? Right. And if we doing the politics thing as well. So we got the, Andre Carson and Senator Eddie Milton and so many others, because these are congressmen and senators that are fighting for us, passing laws, and you never really see them on CNN unless Donald Trump yells at them. So we have to be able to empower our own superheroes, the real ones. And then we got the OSG network with 90 principles, black principles for the whole country and the whole planet. And we help in education. We're not depending on them to help us. Because I look at education, I'm like, yo, how come this shit look like a jail? Why they gotta have the school look like a courtroom when I walk in? Why they gotta sit behind desks? Why they not teaching us how to fucking pass laws? How to fucking farm? Why they not teaching? I was in school. Everything I do right now, the only thing I learned in school was math and reading and to get the fuck out of there. I was a teacher, not no disrespect to one, but if they not making a lot of money, how you gonna teach somebody how to make money? So they purposely keep our educators controlled and broke, so that you want to be broke. And if you don't go to school, sit behind the desk, when the sun's out, away from your parents, you only see them when you're tired, from what, 6, 7 to 4, and then you only chill out 2 days a week, and then you go to another school that teaches you that you got to pay for to do that. Then you go to work that looks like school to pay off the shit that taught you how to do it. That's slavery. So these patterns were presented to me, and I didn't accept them. I was like, them patterns don't make sense for me. And I see other people accepting patterns because everybody does, and then they end up depressed on pills, trying to escape the reality instead of just taking care of it. See, I'm about that action, so I don't really want to complain. I'm gonna do something. So us having our network also makes it where we control the narrative. You understand? And also people will be accountable. So if you want to keep trying to be racist, you know the way I deal with that? I buy your company, or I put you out of business, and I fire you. That's what I do.
Fact.
That's how I deal with racism.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want me in your house, I buy the house and kick you out. It's my house now.
Fact.
No violence, very legal.
Right.
Just awareness of self. And that's exactly what the network is, period.
When I look at the network, Dame, stuff like intelligent boss moves, man. That leads me to this question. Do you think bosses are born or are they made?
I think everyone has the potential to be a boss. I think you are born a boss and made a slave. No one's going to choose to be a slave. Who the fuck want to be a slave? You got to be trained to think that life is good when it's not. Yeah, you're born a boss until somebody convinces you you're not. Yeah, I'm born a boss. If I could breathe and I'm control of that, I'm a boss. And anything I own is mine, no matter who you are. You cannot come in here unless, if I'm not breaking no laws, do not come in here. And if you do, it's on my terms or you breaking the law. You know, and I can be confident and arrogant about that as long as I'm not breaking no laws.
Thanks.
And I'm not. It's a way out. And it doesn't have to be illegal and it don't have to be entertainment. Look the way school programs us, right? Either you get a job.
Listen, family.
And you make minimal money, or you could be in sports and make them be, you know, break a social class. The school provides that distraction, which is lotto, and makes it to where you have a choice, school or sports. I'm like, fuck school, I'm playing sports. And if you don't make it, which is 99% of the time, you're not even prepared. So they facilitate that bullshit. And that is intentional, it has to change. And then down to religion, the systemic racism, we're born into thinking Jesus is white. Number one, Jesus ain't even his name. Jesus is a European interpretation of the name. His name is Joshua. That's nothing in the Bible happened in Europe. So why we got Vikings dressed up as God? We born thinking Jesus got blue eyes and we calling him Jesus? Think about this, right? Now I'm editing a movie And the editor, this other editor who got himself, fired, he kept sending me cuts. Like when he puts the place where I should do narration, he kept spelling my name wrong. And that shit was aggravating the fuck out of me. Like, yo, the cuts were good, but I was still pissed off. Now, can you imagine if God's name ain't Jesus and everybody running around saying his name wrong? How are you going to get his full blessing? But even though people are conscious of this, even though they know it's in scripture, this is factual shit. Because they're programmed, people are scared to say that Jesus ain't his real name, but you still going to see somebody black saying Jesus, the European interpretation of it. Why? If we're conscious, why we still do it? His name is Yahshua. Period.
All right, family. So the reason that I played this for y'all, and the reason that I want to even go into this before we talk about this full moon in Aries, is because we need to come to a place of non-victimhood. And this place of non-victimhood is particular what this particular what this particular new moon, or this full moon rather, is about, and the energy that it is trying to bring forth. With this, the sun is in Libra, but the moon is in Aries. And Aries is a fighting spirit. We just had this presidential election. I mean, this presidential debate the last couple of days. We all see how trash it was. We all see that these people are not capable of ruling or running anything. But yet, dominant society, the masses, are still going to program you and tell you that one of these two people will save you. And also, the masses, especially the black mass, what they're going to run around and tell you is they're going to tell you that they're going to tell you that you're going to have to become. They're going to tell you piecemeal. They're going to tell you that you're going to have to vote because your ancestors died for the right to vote, right? But they never talk about your ancestors dying, right, for freedom. They never talk about your ancestors dying in the Tulsa massacre. They never talk about your ancestors dying in Rosewood. So they never talk about any of those things, right? And yes, you are correct. And when you vote, you are essentially saying that you are committed. You are making a vow to that particular person, that this person is qualified to govern over you. What Dame has been talking about for years in his Breakfast Club interview, even prior to this, when he was with Rockefeller, when he was barking on everybody, Dame's whole thing has always been about independence. Dame Dash, and I'm not saying that we should deify Dame Dash or anything like that. What I am saying we could love, thank you, Vanita. What I am saying is we could learn from anyone. We can learn from anyone. Dame, from what I know, he's not, claiming to be super spiritual, right? He's not claiming to deal in esoteric things. In fact, Dame has always been, from what I see, a businessman. He's been a businessman. He's always been a businessman. And Dame Dash, what I've always seen Dame Dash do is call out white people. I've never really seen Dame Dash beef with black people, and not even a beef with black people. Like Jay-Z wasn't a beef with Jay-Z. It was I look at it just as a business dispute. It was just a bad business dispute. And the fact that he happened to be black, it made it into a bigger thing that it was. However, Dame's gone after Lear Cohen. Dame has gone after white people on Instagram. I've never, ever, ever seen Dame really go at black people, even if they had issues with him. He's always going after white people. He's always going after the real power. He's always attacked the real power, and he has been attacked for it. So when we're talking about this full moon in Aries, there's a lot of energy in the air right now. As you see, there's this big thunderbolt, right? That's happening. This big thunderbolt. So there's a lot of energy. There's a lot of irritability. Even with myself, like I've been, lately been having like trouble sleeping. I haven't been sleeping as much as I could. My mind has been working in overtime. So there's a lot of energy. So the expression of this full moon, as it says here, and this is the Astro Matrix app. You guys that have been following me know that I have been doing this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Dave Chappelle, Ice Cube, okay. Nick Cannon, but yeah, I respect Nick Cannon too, even though he had a slip, but I do respect him for trying to do things independent. Anyone who's trying to commit to independence and independent media, those are the people you should be watching. The big distraction, as I said in my last video, my last live that I did, is Breonna Taylor, is the police shootings. Those are the big things in the black media today. The police shootings, Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lane. What else is big? The child trafficking, right? But independence, you hardly see people talk about this. I've seen, and I looked on Facebook, even though I kind of detest Facebook now because I think Facebook is very toxic. I think Facebook is not a place for friends, but a place for arguments, especially now that I'm primarily on Instagram. But I went on Facebook just to see what the tone is as a temperature. No one's talking about reparations. No one's talking about reparations anymore. You hardly hear people talk about reparations or talk about why the candidate didn't talk about reparations. What they are talking about is Trump being racist. That's the dominant conversation in the black community. Trump being racist and Trump calling the Proud Boys. Fuck the Proud Boys. All right? Like, why are people even scared of this Proud Boy thing? You got guns, we got guns too. This ain't 1955. Like, no one should be scared of white people with guns in 2020. If you do, you are still a motherfucking slave. All right? Straight up. You're still a slave, and you need to use this energy of this full moon to deprogram yourself. And it's probably because when you think about Jesus, you still think about a white man. Remember, the psychology of Jesus, right, is not really about the Bible itself. The psychology of Christianity and Catholicism is about you worshiping the white man and seeing the white man as holier than yourself. What's up, Reese? Peace. And seeing the white man as holier than yourself. That's what it's really about. Seeing the image of a Caucasian as much more powerful than you are, deifying him, sort of using the Caucasian as an avatar or a Risha. That's really what Western Christianity is about in a nutshell. So whatever you see a white man, you think that they're better than you, right? So this also ties into the presidents, like Joe Biden. Joe Biden, they're painting Trump as a racist, and I'm not saying Trump's not a racist. Of course, Trump is a racist. Okay, 100% a racist. But peace, soul. But at the same time, Biden's a racist too. Like, you think Biden's not a racist? Like, Biden's 100% a racist. Okay, this is the same guy that enacted the crime bill that got plenty of people trapped up. All right, in the 90s, plenty of people got trapped up in that crime bill. Also, this is the same guy who talked about people being. He didn't want these children around his children because it would become a jungle, right? The same guy who talked about black kids rubbing his leg and rubbing the hair on his leg and how that's how he felt close to them when they sat on his lap. This is the same guy that says if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Basically, a spell to try to strip you of your melanated powers. Okay, so think about these things before and if you're going to vote, that's what you want to do, you believe in it, what I'm saying, Congress and all that, that's up to you. I am not of this world. What I'm saying, I am in the world but not of it. So I am the president of my own life. You are the president of your own life. And this energy of this full moon is in accordance to showing you that you are in awe of your own life. Charles, we not really, what I'm saying, we not really worried about my channel. I don't really worry about what white people do. What I'm saying? This is not really just personal, but I'm just looking at the rhetoric that you put in the comments. I'm not really worried about what white people do. I'm not really worried about their time being up. Fuck what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? And no disrespect to white people who may be watching this, but fuck what they're doing. I'm more worried about what you are doing. I'm more worried about what the collective is doing. I'm more worried about how you're taking care of your family, how you're taking care of the people in your soul tribe, and how you're affecting the people on the planet. If they die, they die. Let them die. We all know climate change. We all know what's going on. We all know that the Caucasian system is crumbling. So for us to still dwell on the power of the Caucasian system is crumbling, remember, and this is for everyone that's watching this, energy flows where attention goes. I'm gonna say it 3 times for effect on some Dr. Umar shit. Energy goes where attention flows, brothers and sisters. Energy goes where attention flows, brothers and sisters. Energy goes where attention flows. All right. So if you could keep putting your energy on what the white man's doing, what the white man's doing to you, how he's falling, what the system is doing, how the presidents are treating you, what the system is going, how do you have energy for yourself? If you're always giving energy to them and what you're doing, where's the energy going to you and the things that you have to manifest for yourself? Because remember, it's like when you charge your phone, right? And I was talking to Mr. Bird about this yesterday. And it's like when you charge your phone, right? Your phone has a limited amount of battery, right? And when your phone has a limited amount of battery. So when you're using your phone, you're using your apps, right? You're whatever you're doing on your phone, you're watching YouTube videos, right? You're watching Rob Blackstorm, things like that. You're using power. So the power level goes down. It's the same thing as when you pay attention and really invest yourself in this three-dimensional world. Okay. And the reason I'm calling this the three-dimensional world is because if you are a melanated being here on this planet, then you are chosen to do great things. But yet and still, this is still an avatar body. Okay. You have been here forever, forever. And I explained that, go back to my last live. I explained that in detail. You have been here forever. Before the sperm, before the egg. You were already here and you do not die. Your energy just goes back to where it came from, and your energetic signature is still there. This is why when we do Igbo, right, or when we give offerings to our ancestors, there's specific offerings for them because those are equations. Those are actual mathematical equations to access a particular frequency or a particularly energetic matrix. That energetic matrix could be Orser. That energetic matrix could be Osun. That energetic matrix could be Set. That energetic matrix could be Santa Muerte. But it's all energy. And the combination of oranges for Oshun, the combination of water for Orset or Yemaya, or seed shells, right? Those are mathematic equations. So this is all energy. This is an energy game. This is not a three-dimensional, my skin is black game. This is an energy game. You know what I'm saying? If you have all the melanin in the world, you're the darkest person on the planet, right? Let's say you're the darkest person on the planet. You got all the grams of melanin, right? You're worth $1 billion in melanin because you got super melanin. You know what I'm saying? And a person of another culture is doing the work spiritually to develop themselves. They're on their meditation game every day. They're doing their readings. They're doing rituals. You know what I'm saying? And don't think that Caucasian people not doing full moon rituals to your deities. That happens all the time. All the time. You see white people all the time worshiping a leg bod and studying voodoo and Yoruba and Santeria and all the different aspects of Yoruba, which is where Santeria, voodoo, and Lukumi, they all come from Yoruba, and Yoruba comes from Kemet. But they all have the wrong thing. If you say the donation, it should say Robin, Robin. Okay, so it should say Robin. And thank you for that as well, Veronica. So it should say Robin. Actually, let me just put that up real quick. What the Cash App is. I want y'all to see how much I got in there. But that's the Cash App. So $ Rob Blackstorm 7. And this is what it should look like. Yeah, so I appreciate all the donations. They not only help me, but they help my family and allow me to continue doing this work, you know what I'm saying, without working, slaving for the white man. So I appreciate all the donations and all the help. But so when we're doing this, right, we are coming through with equations. We're essentially bringing forth this power of lightning. That's what magic is. Magic is making shit happen through the power of your voice and the power that you possess. Okay. So that's what you're trying to do at the end of the day. And so let's go into, so I just want to explain that because a lot of times we have these focuses, you know what I'm saying, on things that don't really matter. And just like that battery on the phone, when you put energy into things, you are draining that battery. And now you focused on, so let's say all day, all yesterday, you focused on a debate. So in the morning, you woke up, you listened to the radio, you heard about the debate, you saw the debate things. Now you watch the news, you heard it about the debate things. That battery, that 100% battery that you had when you woke up is going down during the day. This is why you go to sleep at night, because your battery has fully drained. All right. You've done all you could do, and now you have to recharge. But during the day, you have different things that could raise that battery. Affirmations, meditation, diet, eating greens, eating foods that are energetic, eating healthy, smoothies, programming your drinks, your water, the stuff that you drink. For instance, on this particular bottle, you see an ankh, which is life, right? Which is a balance of the masculine and feminine, or you could masculine, feminine, and you could also write on your water or on your water bottles. This is the science doctor. It's actually a science. Dr. Masuro Emoto came up with that and did studies, scientific studies showing that if you wrote words on your water, that water, and what he did was sit bottles down of water. He'd write like love on a bottle of water, and he'd sit it down and just wait and just see what would happen over time. And I think he put like rice in the bottom just to have a desired effect. Masuro Emoto, yes. And he had a desired effect. And what he did was he wrote on the bottles and he left them sitting for like 2 to 3 weeks. And what he saw was over time that the rice at the bottom would have different things. So he'd write love on one, hate on one, fear on one, courage on another. And he noticed that over time, as he wrote on the bottles, that over time they would show different things. Some growth would be beautiful and lovely, and that's like on the love bottle, on the courage bottle, and stuff like that. But he noticed on the hate bottle and the fear bottle, the water and the rice would be all dark and murky and ugly. So what he realized was that words have power. Not only words have power, but water has power as well. And we could program ourselves through water. So it's just another way of bringing, again, the battery back up. Okay. Am I making sense? If I'm making sense, please type one in the comments. Let me know I'm not losing y'all. You know what I'm saying? And we'll get into a little bit of this full moon. Just please type one in the comments. Let me know you're here. Well, I get some energy. Thank you for the donation. All right. Perfect. So let's get into a little bit of this astral matrix, and then we'll move into some symbolism. But this energy that we are dealing with is all about the actual, all about, well, so let's get into this. Expressions. Okay, full moon in Aries. So what is it going to trigger this full moon? What are the energy you possibly has been feeling? You've been very emotional, okay? Especially if you are a woman. Your emotions have been probably going crazy these last couple of weeks. You know, if you met somebody and you've been feeling them, you know what I'm saying, those emotions have been running high. If you hate somebody, those emotions have been running high, right? So you're in a very emotional state. If you are a man as well, you're going to be in a very emotional state. But you have to be careful as a man, because usually these emotions, if you are not spiritually in tune and doing this type of work, is going to be very fiery. So ladies, if you got a man that you're dealing with, you know, that's not in this type of work or not into spiritual development, be careful, because 9 times out of 10, you're going to get into an argument sometime this week or this weekend, this upcoming week or this weekend, just because it's a full moon in Aries and it's also a Mars retrograde, you know. Okay, Mastery, yeah, Mastery Foolish is the king. Shout out to Mastery Foolish. So this fiery element is what is taking place today and this energy you're going to be feeling for the next 2 to 3 days. So, but I'm also going to give you some rituals, so don't worry, some things you could tap into, show you some symbolism. So the full moon in Aries, the ruler is Mars, and we are in a Mars retrograde currently. Okay, so Mars being the planet of war, being the planet of aggressiveness, being the planet of go get itness. Okay, the planet. If Mars was a hip hop artist, right, he would be Nipsey Hussle. Okay, if Mars was a rapper, he'd be Nipsey Hussle. Rest in peace to the ancestor. Okay, Nipsey Hussle was all about going to get it. All right, hustling. Don't not taking no shorts, not making no excuses. You know what I'm saying? So this is what it is. So, and the modality is cardinal, and that just means that it's going up. You know what I'm saying? As you can see here. So it's high, high, high. Look at this. Emotions, Mars, and fire. If this ain't a black ass time, you know, they always say black people don't have emotional intelligence, right? If this ain't a black ass time, I don't know what is. The power that we have as melanated beings, those that are watchers that are highly melanated, is our emotional power. The fact that we are able to tap into our emotions and have such a great grasp on our emotions is what makes us so powerful. It's what allows us to make great art. It's what allows us to make great music. It's what allows us to show empathy for others. What allows us to see things as through the eyes of Ma'at, or the eyes of justice. And we are currently under the sun sign of Libra. Libra is the scale of justice, but Libra is also Ma'at. We're going to get into Ma'at as well. Don't worry, I got y'all covered. We're going to get into Ma'at as well. So this is really a time where we need to focus this emotional energy, not let it be scattered, but have a focus on what we want to do, what we want to create, and what we want to manifest. And this is really leading up into the Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto conjunction that is going to occur on the 21st, which is going to be a crazy, crazy, crazy time. All right. That's going to be a time you could either break yourself or make yourself. Okay. But all these things that are happening towards this year, it's really designed for you. It's really designed to help transform you and help take you into a place where you are achieving your God self. And your God self is really following your purpose unapologetically. Your God self is following your purpose unapologetically. And if you don't know what your purpose is, then you have to really just go back and figure out the things that give you energy. The things that give you energy. Some of y'all are great singers. Some of y'all are great actors. Some of y'all are great artists. But some of y'all are also destined to be great lawyers. Some of y'all are also destined to be great architects. Some of y'all are also destined to be great assistants. Some of y'all are also destined to be great cleaners, etc., etc., etc. Whatever gives you energy, whatever makes you happy, at the end of the day, whatever, if the world exploded and there was one piece of land that that the avatar, that God, right? Let's say God, right? Whatever you want to call God. You know what I'm saying? Oludumare, right? Came and gave you the option of becoming what you wanted to be. That's how you know what your purpose is. And he only gave you one thing in that genie wish and one piece of land. And this is what you're going to have to do for the rest of the time that you're on earth. That's what your passion is. That's what your passion is. And some people have multiple passions. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you have to really fix on one thing, but you need to have a direction to know how you're going to use this fire. Because a fire unfocused, what? Spreads, and it just becomes wildfire, and it just starts destroying things, right? And you could destroy your own life. But at the end of the day, magic, the occult, the path that is esoteric, the middle path, is one of channeling energy towards your specific purpose or goal. The planet Earth is a light and sound show. You can't even hear sound in outer space. So planet Earth is a light and sound show. This is here for you to manifest yourself and create yourself. Let's get into it. So on October 1st, 2020, The first of two full moons for the month occurs at 9 degrees of Aries, opposing the sun at 9 degrees Libra. Okay, so nine, the number nine is a number of birth. Okay, nine is a number where, if you look at the supreme mathematics, the number nine symbolizes the baby being born or the baby coming out the womb. Okay, so that is that. And if you, even if you look at the number nine, it looks like a baby inside the womb, or a baby in the fetal position, right? Even if you just look at the number itself. So the moon rules our emotions, and the full lunation represents a culmination of a cycle. Information that has been hidden is now illuminated, bringing to light the parts of ourselves that we were previously aware of. So as I started this video with the Dame Dash video, that conversation not only has been happening by Dame Dash, as I said, Kanye West has been talking about independence. A lot of artists now are talking about independence from the music industry, you know. A lot of people are creating their businesses because of Corona this year. They're creating independent businesses because they realize through the quarantine that they cannot rely on the system to take care of them. So, like it says, the full represents the culmination of a cycle. Information that has been hidden is now illuminated, bringing light to parts of yourselves that we were previously aware of. Empowerment can be found by now placing more focus on ourselves if we have been lacking self-care, or choosing to concentrate our focus on others if we have been operating from a place of self-centered ego. Okay, so if you have been, I mean, it's self-explanatory. You know yourself if you've been lacking self-care, if you haven't been eating right, if you haven't been going out, getting the sun. You know, if you're a melanated being, you definitely want to be in the sun and get as much sun as you can, because there's less and less of it as we go into the winter phase. Days are shorter and nights become longer. So there's no longer an equal amount of day and night during the time period. As the days continue to progress, it's going to get darker and darker, earlier and earlier. But that is also a good thing, because we are the treasures of darkness, as my man Adika Butler's book is titled. We are the treasures of darkness. So when you close your eyes, you are going into the darkness of space. When you are meditating, you are going into the darkness of space. So this darkness is who you are. When you are daydreaming during the day while you're at work or while you're at play, you are in the darkness of space. Okay, that's why when you're daydreaming, you're usually disattached from what you could be literally I've been at my desk literally typing and doing my work or whatever, and the daydream has taken over to the point where I don't even realize that I'm really typing or I'm really doing this work, because the daydream, me being in the astral, even though I am conscious, has taken over. So, and also if you've been operating from a place of self-centered ego. So if you've been operating from a place of self-centered ego, the way you usually know that is if you don't give nobody nothing. And some of y'all out there won't give anybody a dollar. Y'all are so tight and so non-sharing and so non-giving, you know. But you say you are spiritual, but you say you are righteous, but you say you are a magician. But have you been self-centered? Even myself, I am checking, working on the parts of me that are self-centered, as far as reaching out to people and stuff like that, but it is work. It is work, and to deconstruct yourself and reconstruct yourself, because we've been programmed by a society that was never meant to develop us spiritually, mentally, or physically. It was meant to work us to death, and it still is. It's meant to work us to death as mindless slaves. And you're going to see a lot of these mindless slaves at the polls on November 3rd, hoping a daddy is going to take them out of the pain and misery that they currently have, instead of they themselves being the daddy, and no matter who is in the office, they themselves manifest what they need to manifest. All right. So those are the things that you want to look at. Again, if you are in here, please hit that like button. Okay. So Aries is the cardinal first sign of the zodiac, ruling the first house of I am. Okay, ruling the first house of I am. So what did we just see in Lovecraft? Okay, What did we just see in Lovecraft Country, episode 7? Those of you who did not watch it, I recommend you getting the HBO Max for $10 or whatever for the month and watch it on your phone or something like that. Or if you got a site, go online and try to find that. Like, I just recommend you watch Lovecraft Country because there's a lot of spirituality, there's a lot of symbolism. But episode seven, I watched episode 7 with my daughter the other day, and I was able to explain to her how she's from outer space based on that episode. That's how powerful it is. I was able to use that as a visual representation of who she is and what she needs to accomplish and how powerful she is. Right. So it's a very powerful, and again, and this is how the universe works. There's no coincidences, only confirmations. So Aries is the cardinal first sign of the zodiac, ruling the first house of I am. Who are you? Who are you? Are you a human? Are you a savage? These are the tiers. Are you a savage in the pursuit of happiness? You just want to eat, sleep, make some money, have a good job, have a good career, and die, right? Or are you a human? You want to be book smart. You want to have all the information of all the history. You want to know all the dates. You want to know all the knowledge so you can regurgitate it, right? Like most people do. You want to be savvy. You want to be able to clap back. You want to be able to, talk that talk, impress others, be in your ego, right? Human shit. You know what I'm saying? Because the greatest humans that people prop up, like an Einstein, well, not an Einstein, I fuck with Einstein, but like a Bill Gates or a Dr. Fauci, right? These are humans that people are going to say, oh, they're smart. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody even told me, I was even talking about somebody with the corona. We was talking about the corona. And they were like, well, you gotta listen to the doctors. These guys are doctors. I'm not a motherfucker. All right. So just because they're a doctor doesn't mean that they're a genius. Just because someone's a teacher and they're teaching the class doesn't mean that they know more than you. Just because someone is an expert of something doesn't mean that they're more of an expert than you. You just got to do the studies just like they did. In the movie Doctor Strange, when Doctor Strange met with the Ancient One, Doctor Strange met the Ancient One, and his hands was fucked up, right? And he was looking like, and the Ancient One showed him who he is, and he went through that little phase of astral traveling, right? And after that, she was like, show me. He asked the Ancient One, show me, show me. And once he asked the Ancient One to show him, right? The Ancient One told them, how did you become a doctor? And how he became a doctor in his other life before his hands was fucked up was he studied. Okay. So Dr. Fauci could say whatever the fuck you want if you're not willing to study on your own. If you're not willing to do the research on your own. I mean, you guys that have been born 2000 and up, you know what I'm saying? In the 90s and up, you guys have it great. You guys have the internet. Like, there's really no reason to be ignorant anymore. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Bill Gates can't even keep a virus off the fucking computer. So how is he going to keep a virus out of you, right? Fact. But these are the scientists and these are the doctors and these are the people, the CDC, and these are the people that people believe in because they do not have their own I am. They don't have their own I am. Their I am is slavery, mental slavery, not physical slavery, but mental slavery. You think you're free, but you're not really free. You're still a slave. You know what I'm saying? Look how many people did Blackout Tuesday on Instagram. What the fuck did Blackout Tuesday do for anybody? Anybody? Somebody tell me what we gained from doing everybody doing Blackout Tuesday. What happened to the Black collective? I don't see no reparations. I don't see no police officers getting locked up for this, for police brutality, right? I don't see the communities getting better. So what was it for? What was it for? This is what happens when you have no I am. This is what happens when you don't have your own head or your own Amun, which we'll get into shortly. Aries is a ram-headed god. Aries is independence. Aries is Aries is not following the crowd. Aries is thinking for yourself. Aries is thinking for yourself and using and channeling and developing energy so that you could put forth what you need to. All right. So we may feel extra energized and driven to end or begin something that we have been focusing on in our lives. Under the influence of this fiery full moon, agitated action is amplified and emotions have the possibility of becoming explosive. Remaining mindful of this energy offers help in embracing our personal power without abusing it and aids in magnification of any existing problems. This is the thing. Aids in magnification of any existing problems. So you may have things that are going on right now that you can see clearly. I know I have. Things have been coming up in my consciousness. Downloads have been coming. Things have been made very apparent to what I need to change, what I need to grow, and what I need to get rid of. So you have, yes, Mia, exactly. Honestly, and you have to be honest with yourself. Okay. So all these problems are coming up in your life. All these things may be coming up. And what it's asking you to do, these problems are asking you to develop your I am. Are you a slave or are you a god? Are you a human or are you a god? Are you a savage or are you a human? Those are the three tiers. Those are the three tiers. God, human, savage. And every people run over those three tiers. Okay? God, human, savage. So what do you want to be? So it's time to decide. And this is what this full moon and these is what these problems that are in your life or these issues that you may not have been able to solve are trying to show you. And it's up to you to dive deep within yourself to figure out solutions. Um, so so something lost by if the need to forge ahead can fill us with angst now. So it's time to decide exactly what we want, exactly what we want, and make a conscious effort to move ahead at a healthy pace. We discussed that earlier. Okay. Mars, the ruling planet of Aries, is in a powerful position, currently retrograding during its home side. Retro going backwards. Okay. When you buy some retro Jordans, you're buying old Jordans. Okay. So retro is going back. Mars going retrograde is going back into your own personal world. We are areas that you yourself have not stood up for yourself. We are areas that you are shrinking yourself, like Hippolyta was talking about in episode 7. What areas in life are you shrinking yourself? What areas in life are you not exposing yourself to the world? What areas in your life are you not displaying your I am? Because now is the time. And we need you. You know what I'm saying? We need you. I need you. The ancestors need you. The people in the world, the mass needs you. Okay, we see what's happening this year. We see all the things that have been falling apart. We need businesses. We need startups. Okay, we need people to come together to start to create and build things. We need people of like mind to start forming collectives. All right, but that cannot happen if you are not shining your light. You know what I'm saying? I talked about in the other live me going on Instagram and doing these videos. That's something that and I'm man enough to admit that I was nervous to do. But who am I? Am I a human? Am I worried about what these people are going to think? Am I afraid of what these people are going to think? Or am I a God and I don't give a fuck about what they think? And I am living my I am and I am living my truth. So these things you have to come to reconcile within yourself. Okay. And this is what this Mars energy is about. This is why it is there. So Mars represents the divine masculine, is known as the planet of war. His energy is extra intensified during retrograde due to his close proximity to the Earth. Mars in Aries shares the company of Black Moon Lilith, okay, the powerful dark feminine. Okay, so Lilith, we all know Lilith was before Eve. Okay, and Lilith was the one with the real power, all right, in the Garden of Eden. Okay, you could go into that story for yourself. For time, I'm not going to dive deep into it. But Black Moon Lilith is impulsive in Aries, moving with blind force. desiring to create our own way, often with devastating results. Okay, so again, this is a heightened moon. You're going to see people in your life, people in your family, people on the streets that don't know better. The next couple of days, also in the news, you're going to see things that are going to be shocking, things that are going to be exciting. You're going to see people in their feelings, people in their emotions. I mean, even the debates, right? You've seen people in their emotions yesterday, which was just the shadow of the full moon energy of today. People in their feelings about the debates, people feeling like lost, people feeling like they have no leadership. Instead of engaging their I am, instead of engaging in their I am. So that is that. Now, so we'll close out. And we're almost done, don't worry. But Uranus, the planet of sudden innovation, Uranus, the rebellious planet of sudden innovation, is at 9 degrees of Taurus and will be in an exact in conjunct to the sun at 9 degrees of Libra. Again, two nines, okay? Another two sets of nines. So what did we talk about earlier with 9 being birth? So now is a perfect time to recreate, rebrand yourself, recreate yourself, become what you want to be if you are not moving in accordance to who you are and living your purpose. If you are living your purpose, then it's time to level up in your purpose. Okay, take it to the next level. Awaken. Uranus, as it says, the planet of sudden innovation, is at 9 degrees Taurus and will be in exact in conjunct to the sun at 9 degrees of Libra. Libra is the scale, balance, equality, being light of heart, ma'at, which we'll get into shortly. This aspect stimulates the process of awakening the need for revolution in pursuit of collective justice. This aspect, along with Mars square the Capricorn stellium, okay, has the potential to play out in the form of civil unrest. So we talk about also Emmett Till, right? We talk about the situation with the Breonna Taylor acquittal, right, happening 65 years ago, right? Which is number 11. 11 is two twin pillars, right? So if you look at them, 11 is the doorway, okay? So 11 represents a doorway or a door. So if you look at the twin pillars, right? It is showing you that it's a doorway. So what happened 65 years ago? If the Emmett Till and the Breonna Taylor verdict happened the same time 65 years ago, we want to look at what also happened 65 years ago to see what the future is. So it says, let's read this again, then I'll go into what happened. So Uranus, the rebellious planet of sudden innovation, is at 9 degrees of Taurus and will be in exact in conjunct at 9 degrees of Libra. So again, two nines, okay, 18. 9 plus 9 is 18, 8 plus 1 is 9. Recreating birth. This aspect stimulates the process of awakening the need for revolution in place of collective justice. This aspect, along with Mars square the Capricorn stellium, has the potential to play out in the form of civil unrest, a time where we want more from wanting our rights of equality wanting our rights of equality to be recognized to a place of demanding it. Okay, so more things will come as far as justice is concerned, as far as people trying to pursue justice, and also this is going to mean, unfortunately, that more people will be shot. Okay, there'll be more police shootings. There'll be more issues like that. The election is coming up. You'll see during the next two debates, it's going to be more and more crazy, right? There's going to be more crazy. It's going to show that it's going to show more people that these people can't do it. It's going to show that you can't get justice from these two people. It's going to show that you're not going to get peace from these two people. It's going to show that Biden or Trump cannot save you. More and more and more. Okay. So we're going to go more from wanting our rights of equality recognized to a place of demanding it. So it might be that this Proud Boy coalition, Trump loses the election, this Proud Boy coalition and other white supremacists join together, right? And start going crazy, which causes people to join in and so forth and so on, which could mount some sort of revolution, right? This is what we have to look at in the future. And you don't have to be scared. You just have to be prepared, right? If you're able to get a legal firearm, get a legal firearm, all right? the full moon will be T squared to this Emmett Till thing. So I want y'all to see what happened 65 years ago. So let's go into the Emmett Till case real quick. Y'all still with me? Type of 1 in here. I can't see it because my laptop died. But if y'all still with me, type of 1. Okay, yeah, I still got 32 people in here. Okay, thank you, thank you. Dre, what's up? Naj, what's up? Soul Matters, what's up? All right, yeah, please, 2 people, 20 like, please hit that like button if you are here. Supreme Being, what's up? All right, hit that like button if you are here. And also hit that donation button if this is helping you. You know what I'm saying? Fair exchange is no robbery. Energy be energy. I just showed you, egocentric. If you don't give anything, how can you expect to give something? The law of my, and this is just not, I'm not just saying this for donations, but just in general, the law of Ma'at is one of reciprocity. And the law of reciprocity is one of the laws of the Kabbalion. So reciprocity has to do with an exchange of energy. It's the ultimate entanglement. And when you give to someone, or if you give to something, you want to give without seeking anything in return. A lot of reason why the people don't give to bums on the street, quote, so-called bums on the street, or they don't give to, friends, or they don't donate to certain things is because they feel like, oh, I'm not getting anything in return. But the universe recognizes currency. Again, this is an energy game, not just the currency of dollars, but your dollars represent energy. Your dollars represent power. That's why your dollars have symbols like eagles and pyramids and, eyes on the capstones and things like that. So they represent energy. They represent power. All right. For a little more into that, go into my video that I did a couple of days ago about the cost of paying attention. All right. I won't deep dive into that for the sake of time because it's already over an hour. And I want to get into the comedic correspondences of this as well. But I want to get into this because I want y'all to see how history should repeat itself. All right. So 1955, Emmett Till was lynched, right? But I'm more concerned. So real quick for maybe those who don't know, Emmett Lewis Till was a 14-year-old African American who was lynched in Mississippi in 1955 after being accused of offending a white woman in a family's grocery store. The brutality of his murder and the fact that his killers were acquitted drew attention to the long history of violent persecution of African Americans in the United States. Till posthumously became an icon of the civil rights movement. The big thing with Emmett Till was Emmett Till's mother, shout out to her, shout out to Ma, wanted his casket to be open so that she could see, so that the world could see exactly what they did to her son. All right. So that the world could see exactly what they did to his son. And it's basically, shout out to whoever dropped that cash app. I do appreciate the donation. See exactly what they have done. All right. And actually, what I'm gonna start doing, people who do donate, I'm gonna start shouting y'all out in the beginning of my next video. So when I do next videos, I'll shout out, whatever your cash app came under to show you my appreciation. And also thank you for your viewership, for those who are watching and those who have watched the videos, those who have subscribed. I do appreciate you taking your time out of your day to view me and listen to what I have to say. I honestly, when I first started this, I never thought people would want to listen to anything that I had to say about this because I thought it was way above people's heads, or I thought sometimes I was crazy, right? But to see that people are interested in this and are, receptive, it does my heart well. So thank you for joining. I appreciate you. But okay, so boom, 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 doing all this, all right. So the open call from, thank you for the donation. Open call funeral. Yeah, so next time I do a video, y'all, you're gonna see your names. I'll shout y'all out, those who have donated. I appreciate it. So what happened? I want to see what happened later events. So obviously, these people have already admitted that the movie Back to the Future setting was 1955. Deep. Okay, I didn't know that. Mr. Bird. Deep. Look at that. No coincidence, only confirmation. Okay. So obviously, a couple years ago, the woman that accused Emmett Till of raping her or whistling at her admitted that she lied. The people got acquitted, but they also admitted that they did kill Emmett Till later on. Um, but I'm trying to pull up uh influence on civil rights. Give me 1 second. Basically, so after this, right? This is Rosa Parks in Montgomery. Rosa Parks attended a rally for Till. Now there was a name, but because she was dark skinned, they didn't really recognize her. But because Rosa Parks was light skinned and looked close to white, she was able to be used in this time period. So colorism, even as it is now, was still in effect in the black community. So in Montgomery, Rosa Parks attended a rally for Till, led by Martin Luther King Jr. Soon after, she refused to give up her seat on a segregated bus to a white passenger. The incident sparked a year-long, well-organized grassroots boycott of the public school system. So this happened shortly after Emmett Till. And when they boycotted the public school system, they didn't just boycott the bus system. Sorry, they didn't just boycott the bus system for like a day. Like motherfuckers took the day off on from the NBA. They just took the day off of work from the NBA. Like it wasn't a 1 day thing. What they did, it was continuous. The incident sparked a year long, well organized grassroots boycott of the public bus system. Okay, so look at this. So the faith in the white power structure waned rapidly. This is what's happening now. Look at what happened in the debates. Look how the people felt after the debates. The faith in the white power structure waned rapidly. Okay. Negro faith in legalism declined. What are we seeing? People don't have faith in the justice system. People don't have faith in the government, etc. You need me? Okay. You need me to shut up? All right. The faith in the white power structure waned rapidly. All right. Negro faith and legalism declined, and the revolt officially began on December 1st, 1955. So come here. Let me show you to the family real quick. Let me show you to the God body. I'm gonna ask her a question live. She's listening to me talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna ask her a question. I'm gonna ask her a question live. And this is what you want your kids to know. So come here. They can't see you. Put your face in. Say what's up. Say what's up to the people. Say what's up to the people. Come, say what's up. It's a tiny little window. Say hi. Put yourself in the window. Look right here. They can't see you. See? Say hi.
Hi.
All right. So, what is America?
A business.
Okay. It's better to be what?
Smart than pretty.
Who are you?
I'm a god.
Thank you. Go back and do your thing. All right. So, this is programming. Okay. This is programming. Programming. You see how swift she said all these things? Programming. Okay. So I'm preparing my children to not be a slave to nobody. Okay? To nobody. No motherfucking bodies. Okay? My daughter already got a little business. You know what I'm saying? She's selling her lip gloss and stuff like that. My other daughter does a Forex. Okay? They don't have faith in the white power structure. And nor are they worried about it. And my hope and wish is, as I teach them this, they will never have to worry about the white power structure. Okay? They'll be on their Dame Dash. And that Aries energy is that Dame Dash energy, which is why I showed them at the beginning of this video. If you weren't here earlier, just watch the replay. Okay? That energy is the energy of this full moon Aries under the sun of Libra, which is the sun of balance. Libra is all about balance, all about equality. Libra is my eye. Okay? And Aries is Amun, which we'll get into shortly. Okay, so the reason I showed you this is just to show you Negro faith and legalism declined, and the revolt officially began on December 1st, 1955. Okay, so what will happen December this year? Who'll see? You'll see. You know what I'm saying? You'll see. You'll see. Ichigo, I started in 1997. Nobody wants to hear it either. So me and you, I understand, bro. I understand. All right. I understand. Trust me. I understand. So I want to show y'all that. I want to show y'all that. Okay. So you understand what's going on. So the Aries full moon will be at a square to Pluto in Capricorn. Pluto is the planet of death, transformation, reoccurring. On at 22, 2 plus 2 equals 4. 4 is a square. There's 4 directions: north, south, east, and west. The acronym of news, what a lot of y'all still watch every morning, which is basically you might as well drink bleach. You might as well take slow slips of bleach every morning if you're watching the news every morning. And if you watch the news late at night before you go to bed, just get some Clorox, put a cap of bleach, and put some bleach in the cap, and just drink a little bit every time you watch the news. Imagine yourself drinking a little bit of Clorox. That's what you're doing to yourself. You're poisoning your mind. You know what I'm saying? So it's worse that you're poisoning your mind, and by poisoning your mind means you're poisoning your body. Okay, but do what thou wilt. But 22 is 4. So the acronym of news is north, east, west, and south. So it's supposed to compromise the 4 directions of the earth itself, but we know it doesn't. It's all about negativity. You know what I'm saying? But so Pluto in Capricorn at 22, North Node in Gemini at 22. So Gemini is also balancing. You know what I'm saying? Libra, 2 sides, positive and negative. Gemini, you know what I'm saying? Libra, balancing. Capricorn, again, more go get it energy. You know what I'm saying? That Cap energy is go get it energy as well. So this occurring in a square aspect to the crumbling meaning this is occurring in a square. Okay, square, 4 corners. Aspect to the crumbling past represented by Capricorn, and also in a square to our future trajectory represented by Gemini. We are at a fork in the road with 2 timelines to choose from. Okay, so this is about the I am principle. Who are you? Okay, we're at a fork in the road with 2 timelines to choose from. As we constantly choose to release the past in order to create a new future, it is imperative to become clear on where and how we operate in our personal power, to ask ourselves where we are placing our focus, our energy, and our inner light under this influence of our luminaries. So that is that. That is that. All right. So America's a business, right? So don't rely on America to save you in any way, shape, or form. They are not designed to save your soul. America is a place where you get your bread, get your money. You know what I'm saying? Get your money, black man, get your money. Get paid, black man, get paid. But do not rely on anything American or anything Western, period, to regulate your spirituality. You yourself have 4 directions. You yourself are a square. Let's break it down real quick. So your head is the north, right? Your head is the north. Your feet are the south, right? If you look at and let's look at just what happens in the northern hemisphere of the planet and the southern hemisphere of the planet. You have South America, which is very root chakra, very sexual, Caribbean, very raw. Look at like the favelas of South America, and different parts of I forgot the name of the place. Venezuela, right? It's very, 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 very like, savage, very, very primal, you know, even in the Caribbean, Jamaica and stuff like that, very primal, very, very sexual, very root sacral chakra. But in the north, right, it's very like there's a focus on education. There's a focus on, there's England in the north hemisphere of the planet as well. Focus on education, focus on knowledge, focused on learning, focused on being smart, right? Focused on, we look to leaders that are, well, we're supposed to leaders that, have some sense and things like that. So the north hemisphere corresponds to your brain, southern hemisphere corresponds to your feet or your root. The western part of you corresponds to your left brain, which deals with logic, reasoning, mathematics, things like that. The right hemisphere of your brain deals, or the right hemisphere of the earth deals with the eastern. So western hemisphere of your brain, it deals with the western hemisphere. And the right hemisphere of your brain deals with the east, or the east, western east. And the east is deals with your imaginative, intuitive, spiritual. That's why all the spiritual knowledge comes from the east. The Asian culture, indigenous African or Al-Kabulan culture, which is the original name for Africa, etc., etc. Follow me? All right. So let's go into, I don't want to keep y'all here for 2 hours like the last video. So let's go into so hopefully this full moon and how to utilize this is clear. So let's go into, I'm going to go into the Medu Netter just to show y'all. This is Medu Netter Volume 1. I actually have the book, so don't think I'm just stealing the PDF, but I'm going to show y'all something from the PDF. But I highly recommend you getting Medu Netter Volume 1. I think this particular book has everything from history to spirituality. If you want to get a good grasp of Commission, the Commission spiritual system, if you want to get a good understanding of Commission gods and also how they relate to other deities and stuff like that, just a great overall book. A lot of other books that are in the bibliography. And it's one of these books, when I first read it and went through it, I was like, yo, this is the truth. Like, this is the truth. This is like, to me, this is my Bible. Like, this is my personal Bible when it comes to research and when it comes to just overall understanding of spirituality, right? This is the PDF you could also get online, et cetera, et cetera. So, and I've referenced this before if you guys follow me, but let me see if I could blow this up. So this is the time period that we're under, according to this book. So the West, right? We're in the Western Hemisphere, September 21st to November 5th, which we are currently under at this time. All right. So September 21st was the autumn equinox. All right, just happened a couple weeks ago. So hopefully you did some type of rituals or some type of engagement or manifestation during the equinox. You should be during this time. It should be easier for you to create and manifest the things that you want and create that I am. This is not really a time. Well, it is a time for. Well, it's always a time for material manifestation. So I don't want to say it's not a time for that, but it's more time where you want to focus on how your mentality, how your spirituality, on how your purpose relates to your manifestations. You know what I'm saying? If you want a car, if you want a house, if you want, a new lover, if those things that everybody wants, it's more how those things relate to your purpose. That's what you want to look at. How those things relate to your purpose, and do you know what your purpose is? And are you living your purpose unapologetically and fearlessly? And if you're not, how are you going to cultivate the energy to step off the force? How are you going to charge that battery to step off the porch and live your purpose? All right. So let's read this real quick. I don't know hopefully I could see this, but I'm going to read it. So it says your parasympathetic has just gotten the upper hand just after being in equilibrium with the sympathetic. After the sun is setting, your body is cold and dry, but your nervous system is in a state of equilibrium. Okay. So the parasympathetic is basically if you've heard of the word paranormal, all right? So your parasympathetic, it relates to the paranormal. Para always means spiritual, and or the unseen or the mysterious, right? So when you're dealing with the parasympathetic, you're dealing with the part of your nervous system that records everything. It's really the rest and digest part of your nervous system. So your sympathetic, I've said this probably in many videos, but your sympathetic is, boom, this cup hits me, boom, my sympathetic is taking the pain, right? My parasympathetic what my parasympathetic does is registers me feeling the pain and tells my nervous system that this doesn't feel good. Don't do that shit again. Right? So that's how the parasympathetic works. It hardwires whatever your sympathetic tells it. But your parasympathetic now says has the upper hand just after being in equilibrium with the sympathetic autumn equinox. Okay, so the autumn equinox is when things were at balance. Okay, after the sun setting, your body is cold and dry. So during the day, basically your body is heating up. While you're out in the sun, your body is heating, it's raising vibration, it's raising frequency. But as the sun is setting, your body is cold and dry, but your nervous system is in a state of equilibrium. Based on the example I just showed you with the water bottle hitting my head, it's showing you why it's going to show you why this is important. So it is the optimum time for querying the oracle, receiving counsel, studying the ancient wisdom as the basis for deciding on the course of your actions in the coming cycle. So this is all preparing you for the December cycle. Okay, let's go into the December cycle real quick. So this is the time. Actually, no, I'm not going to even go there. You can read this. You can read that for yourself if you're curious. But the December time period, December 21st to December 24th, is the most magical window of every year. If you decide that you want to do something, you want to create something, you want to become something, that time period is the most auspicious for reinventing, changing, transformation, all of that stuff. Me creating a YouTube channel, me becoming a teacher, me teaching a class is something that I did rituals for between December 21st and December 24th of 2019. Facts. And this is what I'm doing now. And as you guys see, a lot of y'all are new, a lot of y'all have come in. And as you've seen, I've even gotten better as a teacher, So shout out to me. All right. Say for doing the work for real. Seriously. So the same window applies this year, but you should be prepping now so that you know what you want to actually manifest and transform. And if your only goal is to be a billionaire or some stupid shit, right? And I'm not saying being a billionaire. Well, let me not say being a billionaire stupid, because I would love to be a billionaire, right? But if that's your only goal, you could be a billionaire and still be unhappy. You could be a billionaire and still be lost. You could be a billionaire and still be depressed and want to kill yourself. Okay. I've been around people with money. I've told y'all this many times. I grew up around money. You know what I'm saying? I lived in a mini mansion in Atlanta as a 15-year-old. Fact. You know what I'm saying? Benz is outside my door. Fact. Okay. Fact. So this is not something that's not familiar. You could be, the book is Medu Netter, Volume 1. Medu Netter, Volume 1. There's a PDF online, which is what I'm using. All right. But I highly recommend you getting the book itself. Highly, highly recommend. And also the teacher or the author, Raul Nefermen, he has online classes. He has classes as well, but he has YouTube videos as well. So you might want to check those out too. So now is the best time to get your readings. Okay, now is the best time to get your counseling. Now is the best time to study the ancient wisdom. Okay, I do readings myself. You can hit me up on my email, BlackStormRob, to schedule a reading, book a reading. Not free. Please don't hit me about nothing free. Nothing is free in this world, not even air. Okay, if you think air is free, right? If you think air is free, try going through life not paying for anything. Try not paying for anything at all. And you see how quick that air will leave you and you will die. Right? You will not be able to pay for anything. You will not be able to get anything. You will not be able to do anything. Even your air you have to work for, okay? Because you have to eat. So even your air, you have to get fruit. You have to hunt for it. You have to go get things. So you have to earn your air. You have to earn your right to live. Even if you're just in a hunter-gatherer society, the most primitive society. Right? So you got to earn your air out here. Air ain't free. Air is energy. Energy ain't free. You got to work for that. So, yes, so it says, so again, if you want to book a reading, you can hit me up, blackstonemrob@gmail.com. It's the optimal time. Or go to your readers. You know what I'm saying? People that you know do readings, people that you know give counseling. I do counseling. I'll sit with you for an hour. We could talk. If you just want to talk, we could sit down for an hour and we could talk, study the ancient wisdom on your own, as it says, so you could decide your course of actions on the upcoming cycle. It's saying now is the optimal time up until November 5th. So there's plenty of time for this to happen. So it says, yes, your day begins at this point, not sunrise. So your day actually begins at sunset. Your day actually begins at sunset. And this is when you want to start studying your wisdom, doing your readings, getting your counsel, stuff like that. And you want to do this at night. So night meditations are going to be very important during this time period. Night spells are going to be very effective during this time period. And affirmations before you go to bed, script writing, scripting. I've showed you, if you don't have an altar, how to script, writing out your dreams, very important during this time period. And the reason being, again, because as the time goes, we're going more and more into darkness. Where do we come from? We come from darkness. We come from the darkness of outer space. We come from the darkness of the cosmos. When we sleep, we astral travel back into the cosmos. Okay, when we close our eyes to meditate, we're going into the cosmos. When we close our eyes to pray, we're going into the cosmos, etc., etc. So that's what all this time is about. So it says this is the key to success. So when the sun rises, your plans for the day must have already been impressed on your spirit. So that means when you go to bed at night, you should have already put these things into your spirit. All right. So I just want to get into that. You can read the rest on your own for time. I won't go into it. Basically, it's talking about Nekabet and Wajet on the balance upon your brow, a specific chant, Ong Hang Kashang, you could do, okay? Or you could just chant Om, O-M, or Ong is the same chant as Om, all right? Ong or is hidden in the word Onk. So chant Om, and what Om, Om, what that does is stimulates your internal waters. You're made of 75+% water, your whole body. So you are essentially a walking fish in some capacity, right? So, and it says it's auspicious to clean the system by fasting with pungent herbs that purge the respiratory and mucus system. There's a particular, and again, look into the herbs. You could look on that for yourself for time. I won't get into it. And reduce your salt intake from this point on to the next equinox, which is the winter equinox. And this will prevent you from the flu. We all know the Roni is out here, right? That tend to break out in the winter months. All right. So a lot of good stuff in this book. You could definitely check it out. Take a screenshot. It's on page 262. So you could do your own deep diving. And what I want to get into is, so we are in the sun sign of, we're in the sun sign of Libra. So the sun sign of Libra is Ma'at. Libra is the scale, okay? So Libra and Ma'at are the same thing. All right, Libra's a scale. Libra's a scale. All right, this is what we're under. Libra's a scale. All right, Libra's about balance. Oh, that's in French. Libra's about balance, XYZ. All right, so let's go and just to show you for contrast, because everybody, picture's worth 1,000 words. All right, so Ma'at. All right, so it's the same thing. All right, so the heart being balanced on the feather. The feather represents you being speaking truth, you being pure of heart, which is the heart, and this represents the truth that you speak, not only outside of yourself, but your internal voice, the voice that has no sound, so to speak. That voice that's in your head, that when you wake up and no one's around and you're thinking thoughts, which is why thought, or Tahuti, why the word thought is thought. Thought, T-H-O, th. The god thought is Tahuti. Tahuti and Mat are considered lovers, right? Or brother and sister, however you want to put it, in the cosmology of Kemet. And Tahuti also writes with the feather, okay? So it symbolizes you being light of heart through your utterances, through the things that you say, and also the things that you do. The vibration that you're putting off. You know, is it feathery? Is it light as a feather? Are you connected to the world that's around you? Are you in the now? Can you feel? Are you sensitive? Are you receptive to the environment that you're in? And the heart being light as a feather is when you are speaking truth. And when you are living truth, you are not weighed down or bogged down by the falsehood, by the lies, by having to remember lies, by having to live a false life, by feeling the guilt of doing people dirty, by feeling the guilt of harming your fellow man, by feeling the guilt of quote unquote sin, right? We know sin doesn't exist, but guilt does, right? And we all know the difference between right and wrong, right? We all know, and the real difference between right and wrong is just treating your fellow man as yourself. That's really the main law. Treating your fellow man like you would treat yourself. That's really the main thing. Just like in the Bible, what Jesus said, or Yeshua, right? Yeshua. So let's get into. So now we are under this Libra sun. As we get into what. So with Libra sun, which means Ma'at. Let's get into a little Ma'at correspondences, so you could kind of know what to do. Well, not know kind of, but know what to do and what you could tap into during these times. Okay. So is her correspondence day is Thursday. Okay, Thursday, which is today. Planet Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of abundance. Okay, spare four according to the this Kemetic tree of life. And also, if you look at the Kabbalah, this would be your Chesed or Gedula, Yoruba, Ajay Kagulia, and Lakshmi. All right. So Lakshmi, you all know Lakshmi. Well, if you don't know, we may not all. But Lakshmi is a deity of abundance, Indish Kush, all right, or what they call Hindu nowadays. But the Indish Kush Lakshmi. All right. So all these deities are in play, Ma'at. All right. Sidereal full moon in Pisces. Okay, which it is right now. Sidereal full moon in Pisces. So the sidereal astrology is the same as Vedic astrology, which is Eastern astrology. So if you look at a Vedic, actually, I think I have it up. But if you look at sidereal astrology, I think I do. Yeah. Yeah. So you'll see that. Let me just pull this up real quick. You'll see that, okay, we're in Pisces. Okay. So it's not something I'm making up. Where it's in Pisces. Sidereal full moon in Pisces. All right. So this is the time period that we're in. So esoteric herbalism. Okay. Anise. Okay. There's something called bath. You could take a star anise bath today. Okay. Get some star anise from the grocery store. It costs you about $2. It costs you about $2. So look on that windowsill, and there is behind you. And pull the curtain. Pass me the middle jar. Yeah, you could throw it. Oh, you're so kind. Thank you. Okay, so y'all can see this. All right. I think I paid $2 for this. So you could take baths with this. You could do your offerings with this to my aunt, right? And you could also drink the tea, etc. All right. So star anise. They have tea as well. Well, you could brew this into a tea as well, but you could buy tea bags. There's also anise oil, anise oak moss, incense, aloe anise. All right. And these are spiritual mantras you can engage into during your meditations. Shring. All right. For spiritual elevation, planetary on, green, green, wrong. And all these are sound matrices, all right? Sound matrices designed to tap into certain frequencies. And I've done a lot with these particular mantras, all right, that have gained a lot. If you are for your crystal game, okay, yellow sapphire, lapis lazuli, okay, things you want to tap into, and where during this time period, especially if you want to tap into the sun energy of this particular cycle, because my is Libra and the sun is in Libra. Let's go into Aries, and then we're gonna close with a song. But let's go into this. So Aries, and if you are in the building, please hit that like button. Well, y'all wasn't supposed to see that. Aries is, oh, let me show y'all what's going on. All right. So, hold up. Let me do this. So, Aries is Amun, or what they call Amun Ra. Um, So let's go to ancient history. And I like ancient history encyclopedia from based on my research. I love this particular website when it deals with deities because they're pretty accurate, I must say. They're very, very accurate. Ancient .edu. I don't know who runs this, but they really deep dive. And you know, they don't really I don't really see much of a like European or Caucasian sway, where they're trying to misrepresent things. They really kind of go into the essence of whatever it is. Of course, you have to deep dive because they only can gather so much from it. But yeah, so if you notice, look, Aries is a ram. So is this not a ram? Well, it says ram of Amun. Oh, let me click that for you. Oh boy. What is this? I don't want that. All right. So granite, nieces of the ram of Amun. The standing figure is King Takara. All right. So this is the king. And look how he has personified himself as this particular deity. Okay. Look at the essence. And this is energy. Okay. Of course, there wasn't no big ass ram that he could stick his head under in real life. This is all spiritual symbolism. This is a logos. This is a hieroglyphs. Okay. This is a logo, basically. A logo is a hieroglyph. As a logo is a picture. Basically, a logo is just like saying a picture is worth 1,000 words. If y'all still here, type a one. Let me know y'all still in the building. Type a one. Let me know y'all still in the building. I'm not just talking to myself. Right? Moon. Okay. Look, Aries. Aries. Okay. Look at this. Ram-headed god. Okay. Is Aries not a ram? So I'm not making anything up. So let's go deeper into this. So Amun, also Aman, also Amen. All right. This is why when I showed you the astro matrix thing, this is why it's a lightning bulb. Let's go back to it if I still have it up. Okay, this is why it's a lightning bulb. Right? We'll go and you'll see that even more and more. So Amun, also Amen, is the ancient Egyptian god of the sun and air. He is one of the most important gods of ancient Egypt who rose to prominence at Thebes at the beginning of the period of the New Kingdom. He is usually depicted as a bearded man wearing a headdress with a double plume, or after the New Kingdom, a ram-headed man, or simply a ram, symbolizing fertility. What is fertility? Did I showed you all the nines, right? I showed you all the nines in the astro matrix thing. Let's go back again, just to okay. Nine of Aries, nine of Libra, nine of Taurus, nine of Libra and Uranus. Okay, so look at all the nines. Coincidence or confirmation? I'll let you tell it. Okay. So symbolizes fertility. Fertility, 9, as I said, symbolizes the baby in the fetal position, the baby being born. Okay. So 9, Amun. Okay. You know, when a baby first comes out of the womb, the first thing the baby does is going back into the fetal position as it was in the womb, because that's what the baby is used to. All right. So 9 symbolizes birth. So fertility. So symbolize fertility in its role, but Egyptian deities always conveyed different things depending on the suffix. Well, this is where suffixes come from anyway. So his name means the hidden one, invisible, mysterious of form. And unlike most Egyptian gods, he was considered Lord of all, who encompassed every aspect of creation. All right, so what they're trying to say is this particular deity was God of the Kemetic pantheon. This is why you say Amen at the end of your prayers, the Christian prayer to this day. And there is Amun or Amen Ra. Okay? So Amun is okay. Yeah, let me read this. So Amun is first mentioned in the pyramid text as a local god of Thebes, along with his consort Amanuet. At the time, the supreme god of Thebes was the war god Mantu, and the creator god was regarded as Atum, also known as Ra. Mantu was a fierce warrior who protected the city and helped it expand, while Atum was the super powerful, self-created deity who arose on the primordial mound from the waters of chaos at the beginning of creation. Amun at this time was associated with protecting the king, but largely was a local fertility god paired with his consort Amanuet, female deity, as part of the Ogdode, 8 gods who represented the primordial elements of creation. So I think, and you could correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I think also the Yoruba pantheon has 8 primordial gods. Okay. So yeah. So self-powerful, self-created deity who arose on the primordial mound from the waters of chaos at the beginning of creation. What is rising from what primordial mound right now under this ram element is rising? What primordial mound is rising from the waters of chaos right now in you? What primordial mound is rising from the waters of chaos during this chaotic time that we are in, with Corona, with the debates, with the Black Lives Matter, with the riots, with the unemployment, with whatever's going on in your own personal life, with relationships, with money, etc. This is the time period to focus that I am energy, that Hippolyta energy, right? From episode 7. It's no coincidence that this happened, that episode was on Sunday, right? And this week is the full moon in Aries. There's no coincidence, only confirmation. So you do with that what you will. So Amun at that so what is rising from the waters of chaos? Okay, what are you creating? So it was largely Amun at the time was largely associated with protecting the king. Okay? But was simply a local fertility god. It wasn't simply nothing, but again, it's the European interpretation. So Amun was considered no more powerful or significant of the gods who were part of the Ogdad, but represented the element of hiddenness or obscurity. Okay? Hiddenness or obscurity. When you breathe out air and you see that, no, you can't see the air that I breathe. Therefore, you can't see the air that everyone is breathing around you. Therefore, you cannot see the connectivity that we all have around this universe. When you close your eyes and go to sleep, you see nothing. You see darkness. When you turn on your phone, the first thing you see is darkness. When you open your computer, the first thing you see is darkness. When you meditate, you're going into darkness. When you are thinking, thoughts, Thought, Thoth, thoughts. Now you understand what you're thinking thoughts. You're actually engaging in a deity and not just simply thinking thought forms, which is the common thing that I see a lot of people say, thought forms. Just say thoughts. You're really engaging the deity when you just simply say thoughts. When you say thought form, you're actually giving something else your power without just acknowledging the deity itself, which is where that word comes from. But so when you're engaging in your thoughts, right? You're engaging in the darkness. You're playing in the darkness. You're playing in Amun. You're engaging this ram-headed deity, right? So that's what we mean when we're going within or going in. This is why meditation is very important. This is why the first 15 minutes of your day, when your brain is in theta state, it's a great time for you to reprogram yourself. The last 15 minutes of your day, great time to reprogram yourself because your brain is preparing you. Your brain waves, theta is a brainwave state. So it's a hypnotic brainwave state. And that brainwave state is preparing you to go within. It's preparing you to go within the darkness, to go into your Amun, to go into your inner Aries and program accordingly. So a God who represented darkness, okay, nothing's wrong with darkness. Now you understand. So there's nothing wrong with darkness. You shouldn't be scared of anything dark or anything that's considered dark anymore, especially if you're on this path. So a God who represents darkness could not also represent light, nor a God of water stand for dryness. A God who personified the mysterious hidden nature of existence, however, could lend himself to any aspect of that existence. Let me say this again. A God who personified the mysterious hidden nature of existence, however, could lend himself to any aspect of that existence. And this is precisely what happened to Amun. Amen. Amen. So around 1800 BC, the Hyksos came in. The Hyksos are Caucasian. All right. So the Hyksos, you could read this. I won't go into it for sake of time, but the Hyksos is basically a Caucasian, and they're going into basically how uh, he was driven out. But so when Amos defeated the Hyksos, he attributed his victory to Amun, linking him to the well-known sun god Ra. Okay, what do you say now? You say you have a aura. Okay, when you speak of radiation, radiation. Okay, so aura, radiation, Ra, sun, dealing with the sun or the sun god. Okay, so and shout out whoever did that donation too. Shout out to you. So the hidden one, linked to no definable natural phenomenon or principle, he was malleable enough to fit with any attribute one wished to add to him. In this case, the mysterious aspect of life, to which makes life what it is, was linked to the life-giving aspect of existence. So this would be also what you call your Ashe, okay? In Amun, the most important aspects of both Ra and Atum were combined to establish an all-encompassing deity who is living literally every facet of creation. So lightning is personified with peace, Raymond L. Peace. So lightning is the personification, peace, Drea. Lightning is the personification of energy, of power, okay, of magic, of manifestation. When you are engaging in the law of attraction, right, and you start to see things manifest, that's lightning, really, right? Lightning striking. That means that you've actually set things in motion for yourself. So that is a form of power. Lightning is a form of power. It's the demonstration of power, right? It's that Heru principle. So, or this Ram principle, right? Same thing. So give me 1 second. Okay, and this is what I want to show y'all too. So it says once Amun, significance in cult, right? Cult just means culture. So once Amun was identified, and I hate that they say cult in these, because when they say cult, it's like a way of demonizing ancient indigenous religions or ancient indigenous spirituality or schools of thought. A cult, Christianity is a cult. All right, Islam is a cult. Everything that is an organized form of shit. Anything that's organized is a cult. Proud Boys is a cult. The government is a cult. You know, the police is a cult. The FBI is a cult. And cult is just short for culture. And a culture is one's way of life. A culture is way of life. So if your way of life is that of a police officer, that's your cult. Okay? So not something necessarily bad or it should be demonized. So once Amun was identified as the most powerful deity in the universe, he acquired epithets, which he described his various aspects as he could. Epithets meaning mantras, okay, or words of power. Wilkinson writes how the Egyptians themselves called him Amun Asha. Okay, don't we say Ash? Don't the Yoruba? Don't they say? And this is where it comes from. Ashe. Ashe. Does that not sound like Asha? So when we're saying Ashe, we're calling on the energy of this particular deity, which is the concealed God or the hidden God. So Asha is the same as Amen, or Amen is the same as Amun. Amun, rich in names, and the God can only be fully understood in terms of the many aspects that were combined in him, which it says is 92, which also comes back to the mathematics of 11, which we discussed earlier. Okay, so he was known as a concealed God whose nature could be not known and associated with the air or the wind, which I just touched upon, all right, without even reading this, even though I read this before, but not, you know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, he was also the creator God who originally stood on the dry ground at the beginning of time and created the world by mating itself. Okay, so I just wanted to go into this. There you go, the Ram, which is Aries, just to show you where these astrological principles come from and show you the relations to everything. Also show you how to tap into this for yourself. You can work with these deities yourself, right? Give certain offerings, etc. Just to make these things happen. So I'm going to close. If anyone has any questions, you could drop it. You could drop them in here now. I'll give y'all a couple of minutes. Give y'all a couple of minutes. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. Actually, I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back. But if you have any questions, drop them in the comments about anything that's happening or anything that you want to talk about, even still cross from apart from this. Hold on. All right, let me pull up, see if there's any question. All right, no questions. All right. All right, if there's no questions, then shit. No questions, I'm gonna close. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. All right, I'm gonna wait a little, maybe a couple more seconds. Drink some of this water, because I know sometimes the replay is a little late, a little delayed from y'all. Why is Trump the only white supremacy that was to out white supremacy? I don't understand the question. Why is Trump the only white supremacy to out white supremacy? Are you saying why is Trump the only? Are you saying why is Trump the only white supremacist to out white supremacy? Like, I don't understand the question. Could you rephrase the question? Who do you pray to? Great question. Pray to you. Pray to yourself. That's who you pray to. What are you doing when you are making prayer? Even the word prayer, right? The word prayer has also the word prana in it. Prana means breath, right? So when you are praying, what you are essentially doing is you are communicating with yourself. You're communicating with your higher self. When you pray, what you're doing is you're putting your hands together. This represents the union of your right and left hemisphere of your brain, and also represents the unification of those two hemispheres of the brain. When you pray, what do? You close your eyes. When you close your eyes, what do you see? Darkness. Okay? When you're in that darkness, what do? You form images. You create thoughts. So when you're praying, what you are doing is essentially doing affirmations into your higher self. Now you could call that God, you could call that universe, the universe, you could call that Oludumare, you could call that Amen, you could call that Amun, you could call that whatever you want. But that is what you're doing. So you're praying to your higher self or your source material, dark matter, dark energy, what you really are. Thank you, Lady Noble, or vice versa. In my opinion, my personal opinion, meditation is more powerful than prayer. And the reason being is meditation engages that parasympathetic nervous system. I don't know if you were here earlier, which allows you to gauge that rest and digest, and hardwire yourself into hardwire your ideas into what you want to manifest. The best ritual that I would say, I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm doing. What I'm doing is I'm gonna light a blue candle, right? I'm gonna light a blue candle, write my petition, put my petition under the blue candle. I'm gonna do that tonight after the one, because here in the East Coast, from what I've read and researched, the full moon starts after 5, so that's about 3 hours from now. So that's when I'm gonna start it. Exactly when the full moon starts. I think it's like 5:09. So I'm gonna light a candle, put my petition under it, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a spirit bath later on this evening. Take a spirit bath. Now I'm not gonna actually soak in the bath, but you can. I'm gonna use star anise. Take a spirit bath, and you could, if you can't sit in the bath, you could just boil the star anise, right? Let it sit. So of course you don't want to burn yourself, right? Put it in some. You could even take the pot, or you could put it in something. I have something that I put my water in. Well, I'm not going to show y'all that, but I have something I put my water in, and you could simply wash yourself first. Wash your body with the soap and water. Wash yourself first, and then you pour that on you. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you don't want to, pour the actual, these are hard stars, so you don't want to pour the actual star on you, but you want to pour the water on you so that it sits when you sleep, and kind of tap, and then kind of pat yourself dry so you could keep that energy. And while you're doing that, visualize your intentions, say your affirmations to the things that you want to manifest, the character that you want to bring forth, the things that you have maybe been holding back on, the challenges that you've been having, the peace that you've been having. Some of y'all need to get out of certain relationships that are no longer serving you. Right? So identify, some of you need to move. Some of us need money for different things. Some of us need to start businesses. Some of us need to break out of the rut of victimhood. Right? This Ram energy is not a victim energy. Like, you shouldn't be blaming white people's shit in 2020, to be honest with you. This is not victim energy. This is energy of fuck everybody. I'ma do me. I am the God. I am energy, not what they are. We're not worried about they. We're not worried about what they doing. We're worried about what we doing. I'm worried about what I'm doing. You're worried about what you're doing. And then you could go into they after you take care of yourself first. But yeah, so that's that. Let's see. I saw some other questions. So that is a type of ritual, in my opinion, that you can be engaged in. But of course, you could also be in that it is a full moon, in Aries, whenever you could also, work with Lakshmi as well. You could also work with Lakshmi as well, because the sun is still in Libra. Really, during the new moon is when you're kind of supposed to set your intentions for whatever it is. And the full moon is so kind of like a celebration, but a raising of energy to amplify those intentions that you set on the new moon. We also have a full moon coming up. I'm sorry, we have a full moon now, but we have a new moon coming up that is going to be a super moon. And that's going to be, I believe I believe that's in I believe that full moon is in hold on, let me go to Astro Matrix real quick. I believe that's in yeah, so we have a full moon that's going to be in a new moon that's going to be in Libra on the 16th, which is going to be a super moon. So again, that Libra energy is the same energy as Ma'at when I showed y'all the Ma'at significations earlier. So again, get that lapis lazuli, tap into that star anise, right? And you're tapped into the frequency, which is now. You know what I'm saying? You're tapped into this Ma'at energy, and you are now tapped into your Ashe. So you're able to do that. If you're working with Ma'at, you want to give these offerings as well. So there's these star anise. You might want to put star anise and get a white candle and put some star anise in your white candle, under, and put your petition, or carve your intention in the top of the candle. And I've talked about candle, just going to my old videos. What else? Did I miss anything? Any other questions? Who do I pray to? I say answer that. Day before your birthday, Lawless Light. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. Okay. Yeah, so it's going to be full moon in Libra. And it's going to be new moon in Libra and Libra season. So a lot of Ashe, a lot of energy. So there should be a lot of things popping off. A lot of people are going to be going crazy during this time. A lot of people are going to be extra aggressive on them Facebook comments. So be careful. A lot of people are going to be looking for arguments. A lot of people are going to be looking for tension. A lot of people are going to be looking for things to pop off with. So be careful. You know what I'm saying? Don't let people engage you. Don't let people bait you. You know what I'm saying? Don't let people drain your battery unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? Keep your battery charged up. I think my man was saying that he only sleeps for 4 hours a night. You know what I'm saying? That's a dude that's charged up. A lot of successful business people, that do a lot of business, they only sleep for 4 or 5 hours a night. You know what I'm saying? Because they're charged up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Lombrage, exactly. Charge your crystals. You know what I'm saying? Charge your crystals. Put your crystals in the window tonight. You know what I'm saying? Get some water, some moon water. Sit a cup with water in your window. If your window gets light, let the moonlight hit it. You know what I'm saying? And drink that water in the morning. Write something on your water that you put in the window. If you have a backyard, put it outside, let it sit. Tighten it up and drink that water in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Drink that water in the morning and do some sun gazing. If you're able to see the moon tonight, do some moon gazing. Those are also things you could tap into as well. Thank you for that. Um, what else? All right, I think that's it. I think that's all I got for y'all. I don't see any more questions, so I think that's all I got for y'all. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to play something I think is beautiful to close out. If you have any questions, though, you can still tap in. I'm gonna still be here. Follow me on Instagram, and as well, if you need any readings, hit me up. I do readings. I do picture readings. There's people that know me on Facebook for picture readings. You could go back to my video where I talk. It's a quick video. It's like 6-minute videos. The power of paying the cost of paying attention, and you'll see the reviews. I also have an elemental magic class. You'll see the reviews there in that video as well. With people that have taken the class. Very good response. There may be people in here that have taken the class that will tell you, all right, I have nothing to hide. There's people in here that also may have gotten readings, will tell you about my readings. But really, my bread and butter, or what I'm really known for, especially on Facebook, when I was really doing them hard on Facebook, is picture readings. You know what I'm saying? Reading the picture. And the reason picture readings are effective, especially someone who has abilities, is that your picture contains your energetic signature. It contains your energetic power. So your picture, for someone who is adept, they could kind of see what you're doing and what you're doing and what you have been doing, and kind of tap into your spirit. It's kind of hard to explain, but You'll see it. If you get a picture reading, you'll see it. And I've done this in many groups on Facebook, especially 2018. I was going hard doing it. So you could tap in with me, get a picture reading. Again, it's not free. If you want another reading, a chart, I do charts as well. If you want, tarot card, oracle reading, I do those as well. And as I showed you, now is the opportune time. So you can tap in with me at blackstormrob@gmail.com. Just check the channel. You'll see that stuff in the bio. And thank you guys for the donations. Those who have donated. Let me see. Let me find this picture, this video. Hold up. Actually, let's do this. Because this is where I got it from. I give her view. The legend, Queen of Four. I saw this morning. This was beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I want to share it. Peace, power, and prosperity, y'all. I am abundant. Great things happen to me always. People come into my life who love me. People come into my life who help make things easier. I do not work hard for money. Money comes to me easily. Great things happen to me always. The universe is here to serve me. I make magic happen whenever I'm around. You can win. Say your affirmations over music too, like this. Just like I was just doing. Say your affirmations. That's magic. That's how you use the power of the emotions that they say black people don't have emotional intelligence. This is how you enact emotional intelligence. You put your emotions, the vibrations that you feel behind your affirmations, behind your visualizations, and now you're powering your emotions with life force. Now you are raising your battery, which is your kundalini energy, that kundalini cobra that is spinning up your spine. Ashe. Bring this back one more time. Your head to the sky. You can win your home. Your head to the sky. Yes. So okay. I just want to address this real quick. Yes, Bobby Hemmett did say praying is begging. But why did he say praying is begging? Because you were praying to Jesus. Because you were praying to a mystery God. That's why he said praying is begging. If you're praying to a mystery God, if you're praying to Jesus, if you are reciting mantras, if you are reciting affirmations, that is a form of prayer. That is a form of engaging in prana. That is a form of engaging in chi. That is a form of engaging in vibration. That is a form of raising frequency, which is what this is doing. Just like I was saying affirmation at the beginning of this song, and charging myself up and raising my vibration, raising my battery, raising my prana, raising my chi, raising my kundalini, along with y'all that are watching this. That is prayer. That is prayer. So we not slaves to Bobby. I'm not a slave to Bobby Hemmett either. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a slave to none of these teachers. I come up with my own understanding, and that's what you should do as well. Just because somebody says something, don't do this. Don't, and this is not personal. You know what I'm saying? But don't come into this way of life, this independent path, this CEO path. This is not a path of. This is not the employee path. This is not the path of you following the preacher. This is not even the path of you following Rob Blackstone. Right? This is the path of you getting this information that I'm giving you, reincorporating in your own life and seeing how it works for you. Just because Bobby said something, or Panic says something, or Rogue Titan says something, or Ashira Star Goddess says something, or a Conjure Queen says something, then the list goes on and on and on to whoever you follow. Doesn't mean you should take that as gospel. It may not apply to you. It may have applied to Bobby. But did you interpret what Bobby was saying? If you think praying is begging, then what's the purpose of doing affirmations? What's the purpose of speaking your things into reality? What's the purpose of writing petitions when you're doing spell work? What's the purpose of writing out your dreams and desires? Is that not a form of prayer? Just saying. So I'm just looking at things logical. Okay. So this is no disrespect to Bobby Hemmett. I love Bobby Hemmett, and I listen to Bobby Hemmett as well, and I'm a student of Bobby Hemmett. But Rob Blackstorm is the God. I'm the God. You know what I'm saying? You're the God, not Trump, not Biden, not Bobby, not Noble Drew, not Farrakhan, not Elijah Muhammad. You're here in this incarnation to do what you got to do for yourself. So you have to take what people say, the fruit that they give you, and as you digest that fruit, make sure that that fruit is really what works for you. Okay? Because you may not have been praying, and you may have discarded prayer because you thought it was begging, and you may have been in situations that may have not benefited you because you don't pray, because you don't engage in this form of affirmation, you don't engage in this form of going into the darkness and affirming yourself through word power. When you meditate, there are affirmations that you don't. When you learn to meditate, you're going to have to say some sort of affirmation. You're going to have to say om or a certain word that turns on a certain frequency. Okay, so this is part of the game. This is part of what we're doing here. All right. These are the rules of the game. So prayer is not begging. Don't let nobody don't let nobody make you think that, for real. Unless you're praying to Jesus or you're praying to an Orisa or some shit like that, which you shouldn't be doing. Exactly. It's a tree. Take what you need. Facts. Thank you, Lambraj. Facts. Yeah. So that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. So, and what else? Somebody said, how do you remember your dreams? Or recall your dreams. First, what I would recommend, if you're having a lot of dreams that you're forgetting, what I would do is as soon as you wake up, before you turn on your phone, before you turn on the TV, before you do anything, when those dreams are fresh, if you're having a lot of dreams in your bed, just put a pillow, not a pillow, put a book on your bed, or put a book, get another pillow, put that book under another pillow on your bed. And when you wake up, boom, or have a desk or something next to you on your dresser or your nightstand or whatever. So this way you could turn over real quick and write out what you see in your dream. And then you could go back and deep dive and go into the symbolism. And an easy way to go into the symbolism of anything is simply this. You type in, so say you have a dream about snakes. So you're going to type in snake. And so it comes up. So now you have a multitude of spirit. Now you have an understanding of Quetzalcoatl. Now you're going to be able to see more symbolisms once you are able to decode your own dream. Let's say you have a dream about tigers. Type in tiger god, right? Now that okay, so there's a mythology, white tiger, okay? So there's mythology behind it. So you want to look into how these things, the representation of these mythologies, because your dreams come to you in myth. All right. Good questions though. And I hope I explained these questions, and I hope you don't feel offended. Um, but if you do, that's on you. All right, and let me go back to my closing. I wish I was here. Peace, power, prosperity to everyone. Thank y'all for the donations. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your subscribe. If this would help somebody, please share it with them. Like, subscribe, share, honor yourself, love thyself, and most important, know thyself. Tap in. Happy full moon to y'all. Again, peace to the God bodies, peace to the family, and also peace to the humans. And evening. I'll talk to y'all soon.